Welcome, Libra. At Astrologically, we believe planets do not predict your future, they reveal your true potential. And this July, your potential isn't just being revealed, it's being realigned with divine precision. Because after all the imbalance, all the emotional weight you've been quietly carrying, all the moments where you chose peace for others at the expense of your own, God is about to turn it around. This isn't just your season of healing, it's your season of returning to your essence, returning to your power, returning to the part of you that never stopped believing that things could change for the better. Because even in your lowest moments, Libra, you kept praying. Even while navigating other people's chaos, you stayed centered. You showed up. You supported. You listened. And now, heaven is listening to you. The scales are tipping. Not because you forced them, but because divine timing is catching up with your faith. July isn't about fixing yourself, Libra. It's about finding yourself again. This month, your energy begins to stabilize, and everything that once felt lopsided, relationships, finances, emotions, begins to shift into sacred balance. The month begins with a new moon in Cancer, activating your 10th house of career, life direction, and public recognition. You've been quietly working, showing up, giving your best, and possibly questioning if anyone even notices. They do. But more importantly, God does. This new moon gives you a blank canvas to reimagine your purpose. You may suddenly feel a wave of clarity about your next step, or a door may open unexpectedly that places you where your spirit already knew you belonged. This isn't about ego, it's about alignment. You're not chasing success anymore, you're attracting stability, flow, and favor. Mid-month, the full moon in Capricorn activates your 4th house of home, family, and emotional roots. Something personal comes full circle. Maybe it's an old emotional wound. Maybe it's a family dynamic that's asking to be healed. Or maybe it's an internal belief that's been keeping you from fully receiving joy. This is a deeply grounding lunation, one that reminds you don't have to hold it all together anymore. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to receive. You're allowed to be supported in the ways you've supported others. Let go of the need to be perfect. Let go of the fear of disappointing anyone. This is your permission to put yourself first, not selfishly, but soulfully. As Venus, your ruling planet, spends the month in Cancer and then moves into Leo, your heart goes through a deep recalibration. Early in the month, you may feel tender. You may be reflecting on what love really means to you, not just romantic love, but self-love, soul love, divine love. You're done with surface-level connections. You're done bending yourself just to keep the peace. The love you're calling in now is bold, clear, honest, and peaceful, not because there's no conflict, but because there's no confusion. Mars energizes your 11th house of community and long-term dreams, pushing you to think bigger. You may find yourself revisiting a vision you once gave up on. Don't walk away from it this time. Pick it up, dust it off, speak life over it. What felt impossible even a few months ago is now making its way back into your reality, stronger, wiser, more aligned. Week 1 of July begins with the new moon, and this is your cue to get intentional. Write down your goals. Speak them out, loud. Declare that you are no longer entertaining doubt, only direction. You may receive a compliment, an offer, or even just a moment of clarity that shows you're on the right path. Don't ignore the small signs. They are leading you toward the big shift. Affirm to yourself, I release fear, I embrace alignment, and I allow my purpose to unfold with ease. Week 2 brings Mercury into harmony with your spiritual house, and suddenly, you feel more in tune with your intuition. You may start dreaming more vividly. You may get a gut feeling about a person or situation. Trust it. You don't need 1,000 confirmations when you already have peace. This is also the week where conversations bring healing. An old friend reaches out. A truth is spoken, or a long overdue realization sets you free. Speak your truth. Don't minimize your needs. You've kept things bottled for far too long. It's safe to release now. Affirm, my voice matters. My intuition is clear. I honor my emotional truth. Week 3 brings the powerful Capricorn Full Moon, and with it, a chance to let go. Maybe it's the pressure of trying to keep your home, your family, your emotions, and your goals balanced all at once. Maybe it's the story you've been telling yourself about what you should be by now. Release it. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and this full moon proves it. Some of you may move homes, have a deep heart-to-heart with family, or finally forgive yourself for past choices. The healing won't come all at once, but the shift will be undeniable. Affirm, I am safe. I am grounded. I release the weight of expectations and walk in emotional freedom. Week 4 brings movement and magic. Venus moves into Leo, and your social life, romantic life, and creative flow all begin to pick up. You may find yourself connecting with new people, receiving invitations, or expressing yourself more confidently than you have in a while. This is your time to be seen not for what you do for others, but for who you are. You've spent so long blending in, keeping harmony, avoiding confrontation. But now, you're learning that real peace comes from real authenticity. The people meant for you will celebrate your truth, not ask you to shrink for it. Expect alignment this week, a phone call, a coincidence, a new opportunity. You'll feel it in your body. That's how you'll know it's right. Affirm, I walk in beauty, clarity, and bold self-expression. My light attracts what aligns, and through it all, God is whispering, I never left you. I never forgot the prayers you whispered through tears. I saw you when you kept smiling while breaking inside. I heard the cries you were too proud to speak out loud. And now I'm turning it around. Not because you begged for it, but because you believed when it was hardest to. You are walking into a season where divine justice meets divine timing. You're not chasing closure anymore, it's coming to you. You're not begging for clarity anymore, it's being revealed. The doors that once felt sealed are swinging open with ease now. Not because you forced them, but because you're finally aligned with who you really are. Libra. This is the month where things start to make sense. The pain had a purpose. The pause had a reason. The people who left made space for peace. And the things that fell apart were clearing space for something far greater than what you were holding on to. You are not losing anything, you are being realigned. This is your divine recalibration. The scales are tipping in your favor. And where you once felt left behind, you'll now be lifted. Where you once felt overlooked, you'll now be remembered. Where you once felt unsure, you'll now move with divine clarity. If this message is speaking to your soul, drop a comment below and tell me what you're believing for in this season. Like, share, and subscribe for more astrology with heart, with purpose, and with power. And remember, Libra planets don't predict your future. They reveal your true potential. And your potential, it's unstoppable. God is in the details. The turnaround is already in motion. Keep walking. It's already yours.